What is going on YouTube? The UFC 319 press conference just took place a couple hours ago, featuring Eric Nolan, Suzakayev, Jeff Neal, Carlos Prates, Tim Elliott made a special guest appearance, Dricus du Plessis, Hamza Chimaev, Michael Venom Page, and Jared Cannonier. And if you think I'm missing Kyle Zakura, I'm not, because they didn't ask him a single question throughout the entire press conference. But I'm going to just give you all my review of the press conference. The press conference was the best press conference that I've seen since, I think, Conor McGregor days. Just from the crowd standpoint and, like, the fighters being in tune with the questions. But we're going to jump right into it, man. First question, we start off with, obviously, you ask the champion, Dricus du Plessis. Dricus du Plessis had the first question of the night, and of course, everyone cheered him, right? Everyone loves Dricus. No. Bilal Muhammad sent out that hit. They wanted niggas to be known. He wanted niggas to know that he ran Chicago. Dricus du Plessis, the second he got asked a question and he picked up the microphone, he got the biggest boo I think I ever heard from a press conference in my life. No exaggeration. They were booing for genuinely like 30 seconds of straight boos. And Dricus played into it, bro. He played into it. Everything he said got booed. And then everything that Hamza said in those first questions that got asked, Hamza got the biggest cheer of all time. And Dricus got boos rained down on him. But, excuse me. If you noticed in the crowd, there was a subsection, and a subsection meaning it was probably 30 plus people, all Russian, Dagestani, Caucasus folks. Loud as fuck. They all had beards, no mustache, all of them cheering at the top of their lungs for Hamza Chimaev. But yeah, started off the press conference hot. Even Lerone Murphy got some crazy cheers. Aaron Pico got the first question. They asked him about his title shot and his beef with Volk. He got some cheers. Lerone Murphy picked up the mic. He got fucking cheered to hell. I don't know what first time in Chicago, maybe y'all should start coming to the Midwest more. But we started off the press conference really good, man. Went from Dricus to Lerone Murphy, Aaron Pico. Then they went to Carlos Prates. Carlos Prates got a fucking massive cheer. And him and Jeff Neal basically said, we're going to strike with each other. They made that agreement. We're going to strike with each other. We going to try to take each other's head off. If it's first to KO. They basically decided, first to KO, we stand in this whole fight. Carlos Prates says he's getting it done in the first round. Jeff Neal says he's going to put hands on him. Crowd goes fucking crazy. Hamzat was asked because Dricus during fight week was asked how Hamzat is gonna handle taking his first loss, and so of course they asked Dricus that, and Dricus said, I fuck him up, brother. I fuck him up, and the crowd go fuck, and he fucking drops the mic, and the crowd goes crazy. Everything Hamzat says, he could fucking murmur in the mic, which we're gonna get to later. Everything Hamza Chimaev says, they go crazy for. Hamzat is a star. He's a star, bro. Hamzat might be the biggest star without a belt. He's bigger than Izzy. I don't know if he's bigger than Alex Pereira, but he's up there. Hamza Chimaev is one of the biggest stars in the sport. Yeah. Chicago crowd, hats off to y'all. I wish I could get there. My car fucking totaled, and it's got flooded from the floods we had. I talked about last video. My car is totaled, so I can't get to Chicago. It is what it is. What else do I have here? I got Dricus du Plessis egging on the boos, telling them to get louder. Yes, Dricus would get asked a question. I don't remember what the question was. Dricus would get asked a question, and the crowd stopped booing him. They acclimated to the situation. I think they just wanted to show out a lot in the first 5 minutes. But then Dricus gets asked a question. He's like, "Oh, I knew the boos were gonna get shut. We're gonna go slower. I knew the boos were gonna get shut down at some point." And then they start raining. He just holding the mic up. And they rain and boos down. But then Suzakayev, guy fought 4 days ago in the Contender Series. Him and Eric Nolan are fucking beefing. Suzakayev, who can barely speak English, he speaks worse English than Hamzat, is talking about he's gonna smash your boy. They're all taking a Habib. I'm gonna smash your boy. That's what Suzakayev said about Eric Nolan. And Eric Nolan's like, him and him and Hamzat. I know him and Hamzat are butt buddies, but he's not Hamzat. I'm gonna finish him. And then Hamzat tells him like, bro, you're gonna get knocked the fuck out, brother. You get knocked the fuck out. Everybody, this press conference was fucking amazing. I'm not gonna lie, it was a treat to watch. I might go back and watch it. It was really good to watch. Then after that, as soon as that ends, a literal disabled reporter. He had like the Stephen Hawking wheelchair. It looked like he was a disabled guy. He did his part. He went crazy. He asked Dana how he thought the fight was gonna play out, which is kind of a dumb question to ask the promoter of the sport who can't pick sides. And Dana gives the Max Holloway of hell. All right, we're gonna find out Saturday night. I'm so fucking tired of hearing that, Max Holloway. But that was that. They asked Dricus, or they asked Hamzat what he thinks of Dricus's jokes, and Hamzat's like, brother, I can't. I like jokes, but I can't joke this way. It's Dricus, brother. I can't, brother. You can't, brother. Come on, brother. And a Russian reporter asked Suzakayev and Hamzat. He goes through the timestamps of the fight happening, because the fight's happening like 10 o'clock in Chicago, or 9 o'clock in Chicago, the main card. So then it's like 7 a.m. in Russia or some shit. And the Russian reporter asks, give the Russian fan, why should the Russian fans stay up, to watch you guys fight? And it's the stupidest question of all fucking time. The stupidest question, I guess. I feel like there are other ways to get your Russian crowd involved outside of asking, why should we stay up for this fight? But Suzakayev was like, bro, we're going to kill. Hamzat's like, brother, we're going to kill, brother. I ain't coming to take my belt. Everybody did you, brother. I'm the best, brother. Literally how Hamzat talks, I'm not exaggerating. He has a mic, and I might sound louder than him when I'm doing his impression. But, yeah, Dricus gets asked a question, and he starts to get DDP chants. Dricus starts to get DDP chants. DDP, DDP. And then they go on to boo him during his question. He tells them to boo some more, obviously, because it's Dricus. And then that's when the camera pans to the pact of Russian fighters sitting there with beards and no mustaches, cheering for Hamzat Chimaev. They asked Hamzat a question, and Hamzat literally, like, I know I've been mumbling this whole video, but you can kind of make out what I'm saying. Hamzat is literally mumbling like, and Drake, and the crowd fucking goes insane. And Drake is like, bro, you guys did not hear him when he said it. You guys are cheering, like, what the fuck? Hamzat literally mumbled some shit, and the crowd went crazy as fuck. And Dricus called him out on it, like, bro, y'all, there's no fucking way y'all heard what he just said. Hamzat apparently loves the United States. He loves being here. He's glad to be back. Dricus. They asked Dricus how his relationship with Hamzat, as opposed to like Sean Strickland and Israel Adesanya, where they had not underlying beef, but they had beef in the past. And Dricus like, bro, this is my first time meeting him. Like, he's like, it's cool. Like, it's my first time meeting him. So, I mean, it is what it is. Very gay, stupid question. My bad. Tim Elliott finally gets asked a question. Again, this was a Hamzat Dricus fest, which I understand, but Aaron Pico, I went through what happened in the press conference. Dricus, Hamzat, Suzakayev, and Eric Nolan, or whatever. Eric Nolan, and then Jeff Neal, Carlos Prates got those questions, and then it's just Dricus, Hamzat, Suzakayev. Dricus, Hamzat, Suzakayev. After the Pico and Lerone Murphy did their little thing or whatever for a little bit, Tim Elliott finally gets asked a question, and it was a 5-second question, and it was an even shorter response. They asked him like how he feels to be there, and then he was like, how it feels to be a veteran or whatever, and he said he started out in 2012, and time flies, man. It's been a blur, and that was all he got asked. Kai Asakura, they didn't even know he was there. They didn't know Kai Asakura was there. Kazakura, I don't know why he was there. You know, he made some money to not do anything while he's cutting weight, so that's good. Hamzat gets asked if he has jitters standing across from his opponent. Like Dricus says that when he's in the octagon, he's scared as fuck. He's frightened, but he's prepared for the battle or whatever. And they ask Hamzat the same question, and Hamzat Hamzat literally, and I mean literally, says, "Bro, brother, that was a long question. I don't even know what you said. But we're gonna be ready, brother. That was a long question. I don't know." He said that the reporter asked him a question, and it was like a pretty straightforward question. It was like, "Do you feel the same fear that Drake was talking about?" Blah blah blah. And Hamzat's like, "Bro, that question was too fucking long. I wasn't paying attention. I don't really care what you're talking about. But we're both going out to kill." This press conference was fucking hilarious to me. You know, if you watch this, maybe you didn't enjoy it like I did. I had fun watching this. I'm very fucking excited for this card, for this main event, because it's one of those where you don't know. The last main event, who cared really about 318? 317, everyone knew Ilia Topuria was going to win, bro. Everyone knew Alejandro Pantoja was going to win. I mean, before that, most motherfuckers knew Merab was going to win. Before that, JD and Bilal was good. But, like, it's been a while since we've had a main event like this. Probably since Diego Lopez Volk, where it was like this high stakes, where you really, your heart was in your ass. Or like even Alex Ankalaev, like it's been a long time. So the fighters are ready. It seems like the crowd was ready. We're ready. I'm ready. I know you ready. If you're watching this, you know, my niche audience, my 3 viewers, I love y'all. But then Jared Cannonier and MVP finally, and I mean finally, get a question. It's basically the end of the press conference. They asked Jared Cannonier, some lady asked him, "Hey, do you like, I know you fought at middleweight, light heavyweight, and heavyweight. Which one do you think is the best for you?" And then Jared Cannonier is like, well, I mean, I've been ranked top 10 middleweight. I fought for the middleweight belt, so, you know, middleweight's my home, but middleweight's the best, I think. Stupid ass question. Dumb ass question. MVP gets asked a question, and he just completely ignores it. He plays into the crowd because as soon as they say MVP's name, the crowd, MVP, they were waiting for MVP. MVP's a fan favorite. He's a household name, kind of. If you know anything about MMA, you know MVP. Even if you're a super casual, you know MVP. So he's getting MVP chants. He's playing it to the crowd. He's Chicago. He's playing it to it, and then he called Jared Cannonier Kevin Hart at some point. It was fucking hilarious. But he was playing into the crowd. He said, "Expect some flashy, crazy shit." Literally verbatim what he said. Expect some flashy, crazy shit. And that was about the end of the press conference. Dana, hurry up. "All right, you guys done? You done? All right, we're going to square these guys off." Normal square off. Hamzat and Dricus. I'm going to put this picture in the thumbnail. Dricus mogging Hamzat. I'm not going to lie. You got this stupid-ass picture running around of them when they met on Embedded that's been growing around in the internet and shit, of Hamzat like way bigger than Dricus because of the camera angle. Bro, Dricus low-key mogging Hamzat. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm looking at it, I'm cheesing because I'm like, damn, this nigga mogging, the mog of hell, like mogging crazy. And then Hamzat, they both like don't want to move away from each other. They alpha in each other, whatever. And then Hamzat's talking, and then Allahu Akbar. Great press conference, best press conference I've seen. Legitimately the best press conference I've seen. And I watch, I think, every single one of them. Best one I've seen since, like, the Conor McGregor days, honestly. Crowd was amazing. Fighters brought it. They was talking shit. They was funny when they were supposed to be. Again, I think the crowd really worked this one great. So, really excited for Saturday night, man. I'll see y'all next video. It's going to be my review, my reaction breakdown, my reaction review of the card Saturday night, Sunday morning. Y'all have a good night, man. Peace.